Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, that have not been ever the like, neither shall.
So, going to summarize the 8 things, right? Just now, TRINITY through SHEKINAIH, right? Speak. So I'm going to refresh your memory. Yeah? I just read lah, very simple. So I heard these 8 things is very crucial for your survival. Why? Because without which you will be drowned by the inflow of the tsunamis, with coupled with whatever things that can go wrong will definitely go wrong. So we are talking about the influx of tsunamis, right? Okay. Hence why we need your utmost 1,000,000% attention. So pay attention. Calamity is widespread everywhere. So definitely things are going to be very messy lah. Tally with the warning of THRU, talking about so this tsunamis is actually in THRU, Book of THRU, right? Talking about what will happen, right? So the scenario is that people will be very fearful of what's coming upon the earth, correct? So THRU, so this is God is just reminding us again and again that we are actually in the last days. Luke 21. Luke 21 is the same thing again. I'm going to read it again. Okay. Luke 21 verse 7. And he asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be, and what signs will there be when these things shall come to pass? Right? So today's God is repeating again the signs. It's repeating again. So he's just reminding us that we are in the last days. Okay? He said, take heed that you be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying that I am Christ. I am, and the time draweth near. Go ye not, therefore, after them. But when you shall but when you shall hear of wars and commotion, massive commotion means 很乱 commotion means 很乱 There is a commotion, it's 很乱 very messy. Be not terrified. So the key is do not be terrified. You must know what you're doing. Whatever God tells us is for us to prepare ourselves so that we are prepared. We are not 乱 We are not terrified. For this thing must come first. Okay? For this thing must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. So a lot of people they do not know what's the time and season, right? Especially a bit of rope only, they say it's a snake. Correct? Can you understand? So these people got 2 kinds. One kind is end of the day they already lost hope anyhow already, correct? Correct? Lawlessness already, correct? Correct? Got one type is like this, correct? Because one type don't care, correct? Don't bother, correct? Correct? So they don't believe, but suddenly something happened, wow, they really believe to 100% overboard. No self-control, you understand? There's always hope for those people who have 100% religion, right? Who stick to the Noah Ark, correct? So all these things, we must be very sound mind what God is trying to do. Well, these are the signs that's going to come, right? Definitely, races against races will come. Country, kingdom against kingdom is country against country, right? As we already repeated, right? Pakistan will attack India, or India will attack who, and or China attack Taiwan. All these things will come, definitely will come. Because that is the purpose, you understand, to mess up the whole world, so that everybody was so helpless, they have to sought a deliverer, called the man of peace, who have all the solutions, because he is the one behind the scene. Can you understand? So definitely there will be great earthquakes. There will be in all places, diverse places, a lot of places. And then there will be famine, pestilence, fearful signs in the sights and the great signs and great signs shall there be from heaven. So all this will going to happen. That's why they are planning They already knew. Because they already set in order already that famine. They make the famine to be famine. Can you understand? They purposely want, you understand? They purposely want actually. By buying all the farmland, by create a lot of very bad weather, so that all the farmland is always bankrupt. Cannot produce food. By using the HARP, correct? I told you, HAAP, correct? HAARP, correct? It's a technology that can affect the atmosphere, then create tsunamis, create tornado, create earthquake, all beam from satellite. You understand? Last time I saw one show, it's a James Bond show. It's about a Korean one, not Korean. Well, they really take from the top up, create the earthquake, earthquake. You understand? So the Geostorm is created one. The show Geostorm is created by technology one. All the happening is Geostorm. Can you understand? They create one. So you must understand, they already told you right in the face that they are doing all these things. Why are they doing all these things? Because they are paving the way for the Antichrist, for the man of peace, which is hiding behind the beast. This is prophesied so we know what God told us, we know what is going to happen. Okay? But before all these things, there will be a lot of persecution. But before all these things, they shall lay their hand on you. So that means what? You have to get rid of all the haters. So they're scared that a lot of people will know because the judgment, I go to book 3, right? Judgment of the country, judgment of the government, judgment of the people responsible, right? Correct. All will be judged, The worst thing is don't believe that there's judgment. Correct. The worst thing is you don't believe in judgment, right? Means what? You scoff God, right? And the worst thing is you're living in lies, correct? That's the worst thing, you understand? You scoff God, you understand? You purposely live in lie, you understand? But there are still a good people. Prefer to give up their influence, their authority. They just prefer to don't go along with all the luxuries, the wealth, the power, the authority. They prefer to give up this. Why? They knew there is a consequence, you understand? We are accountable actually. Just like Pilate, say, I can actually destroy you, Yeah. If it's not the authority given by God, you don't have authority actually. Correct? Because Pilate said, I can help you, I can spare your life, Correct? By what authority are you talking about? Are you saying all these things? Yeah. You actually don't have authority. All authority given by my Father. Pilate is also scared. Correct? At least God warned Pilate, the wife, correct? Say, you better don't touch this man. I was terrified in my dream. There is a God. They believe demons, you understand? They believe the spirit, guidance, guidance angel. Our mission is what? As the spirit of Elijah, right? Convict of sin. Correct? But it's not even to the world. The sin, the missing the mark of the children of God, that's all. We are more interested to gather the children of God. We do the work of our Father. Correct? We have to suffer as a Christ, correct? So it doesn't matter. Correct? Doesn't matter. To tell it doesn't matter. Our time, we know our time. When it comes, will come one. Correct? Correct. So I'm talking to those people who know who they are. Have no fear. Correct. All the world happening, all these things. In fact, we rejoice. Why? Because whatever Christ said is true, Correct. We are more stable, correct? We are more firm, correct? More steady, correct? Because they really don't know what they are doing. That's exactly what the Bible says about this. Before all these things, they will lay hands on you and will persecute you, deliver you to the synagogue, and put you into prison, and you'll be brought before the kings and rulers for my name's sake. So it's like this, Do you know that throughout Jesus never preached against the government? Neither his disciples. In fact, they are all taught to what? Submit to the most evil rulers also. Doesn't matter. We have to submit. Correct? For what? For conscience sake, Because it's put by God, correct? Whether it's Saddam Hussein, whether it's Russian or what, doesn't matter. We still have to submit, correct? Because it's put by God. It's approved by God, correct? If not, because God said nothing happened without His approval, right? Correct? It's for our what? Purification. Correct? Correct. So He make it very, very clear, huh? But as what the Bible says, right? We are for peace, but they are for war. Simple as that. So the beast is going after the woman and his children, correct? Correct. Correct. He opened his mouth, correct? The serpent, correct? To release the flood of water, correct? Which are the people of the nation of water is nation tongues, really. Yeah, all this group of people, Can you understand? Yes. But it shall be turned to you for a testimony. So you be a good testimony, you see. We should be a good martyr. Martyrdom, you know. Testimony means what? Martyr. It will turn to you for martyrdom. Okay? You tell the truth. When you're not afraid of death, when you're not afraid of injustice done to you, just like Jesus, correct? Pilate is afraid, correct? King Herod also afraid, correct? He dared to kill John the Baptist, actually. Correct? Until he was forced, because he was snared by his lips. He said that tell the stepdaughter, right? Said that, what do you want? I give you half my kingdom, you know. I don't want anything, I give you. I promise you, I only want the head of the Elijah, the head of John the Baptist, right? On the pallet, right? Correct? So he had no choice, but he regretted that. Because he's scared. He had never touched John the Baptist, actually. Why? Even the most evil people were scared, those who are godly, you understand? You can get all the mafia, all the gangster, right? They're scared, you understand? If you're really godly one, they're very scared one. If you are very ungodly one, they treat you like dung, you know. Just treat you like dung, like dirt, you know. But you godly one, they're very scared. Can you understand? Why? Because we are all human, we still have a fear of devil and fear of God, you understand? Yes. We fear spiritual things, you understand? We fear of the unknown, you understand? So you shouldn't be fearing. If you don't fear death, they more fear you. You got fear, then they have no respect for you. Can you understand? Because for you, you die also, you will go to heaven one. And then also they also have judgment one. Correct? God will haunt them days and night and through dreams. They become crazy, you know. God release all the demons or the angels to scare them. You know what happens, right? They can be crazy one, actually. Cannot sleep one, you know. Cannot sleep, you know. So you must see the difference, actually. That's why God said, don't be afraid when you are in this martyrdom state. Settle in your heart. Don't be afraid. Don't meditate before what you shall answer them. Don't be afraid already. Oh, what to speak, what to speak, what to speak. No need already. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not able to gainsay nor resist. And then you shall be betrayed by your parents, by your brother, by kinsfolk, by friends, and some of you shall they cause to put to death. Okay? The betrayal, So be ready for all these things. And you shall be hated of all for my name's sake. So the whole world hated the two witnesses, right? Correct? Because you speak the truth. Correct? Correct. You speak the truth, But there shall not an hair of your head perish. Correct? So he said, be in your patience. Correct? Possess your soul. That means the word possess means what? Tama'ai means acquire. Acquire, right? Yeah. Okay. Possess your soul. So all these things happening, so what will happen in all these things? He said that I will, okay. And when you see Jerusalem compassed with army, Jerusalem is physical Jerusalem plus heavenly Jerusalem, which is the God's children. Then you know that the desolation thereof is near. Then let them that is in Judea flee to the mountain, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the country enter thereinto. For this be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them with give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. Okay, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword. Okay, a lot of people are going to die. Remember, God had to put 2/3 to be slain there. Only 1/3 remnant left to prove themselves. This 1/3 will be going through the purification. That's in the Bible actually. Book of Zechariah, Okay. They will go under the sharper rod, whether they can pass or they won't pass. So it's the same thing as what? Measure the what? The temple and the altar. Outer court, leave out. So, okay? They shall fall by the edge of the sword, and they shall be led captive into all nations. Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of Gentiles be fulfilled. Then there will be all this in our book 3, correct? The sun, the moon, the planet hit each other, boom, 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 all these things, remember? They falling down, all these things. It's in our book. There shall be sign in the sun and the moon and the star and upon the earth. Distress of all the races. Okay, that's the key. Distress. Narrowing means difficult time. Pay what? Narrow, very narrow. Distress restraint 什么逼还是什么挤还是什么 distress compressed, being compressed difficult to move difficult to breathe you understand being cramped by situation, cramped by
perplexed,
cramped by financially, cramped by needs of food, cramped of a lot of ways
perplexed, being
perplexed the word perplexed straighten you know the straight, very strict, 很窄okay, the sea and the wave roaring. So we are talking about just now we the 8 point, this is the first point, correct? Tsunami is correct, roaring correct. Man's heart feeling them for fear and for the looking after those things which are coming on the earth.
Okay. The sea and the roaring of the wave, the blue eye. Somebody scooter go inside. Hit the blue eye.
Man's heart feeling for fear for the looking after. So I believe these tsunamis will have a great effect on everybody because it shocked people, right? Turmoil, right? Yes. We call that the word is what? What's the word? What's the word? Gone through a serious thing,
Traumatized.
Traumatized, right? Traumatized. The whole world. Just imagine, if all these things happen, you lost everything. Everything you lost.
Imagine the
your
condo.
Loved one, you lost. All that belongs to you lost. All sink,
All your life.
什么都没有
Asset is all there.
And then those people who
all your car
who
into
live,
the sea.
whose happiness is based on what they have.
An office that you work,
It's like 什么都没有 That traumatized is very difficult, right?
You understand? What
they
else
cannot
is
take it, you understand?
Even
How
the
can they
bank
take
account
it?
in the bank,
Their whole life is based on what they have. Maybe a CEO,
the headquarter,
having all luxurious things. Suddenly, overnight, nothing already. How to live his life? Most people are just like a lot of people play stock, right? They jump down, right? Because they have no hope already, right? Because 什么都没有了, you understand? Cannot live already, cannot face people already, right? They cannot get up already. You understand? So this is what's going to happen.
Then put where? Wash by the water. And make sure you...
You can bring your money along. Just make all the go tea and everything. Bring along. Joking. Bring along.
Yeah, later some people go to the what? Go to the coffin and dig out and then go and pull out, right?
Joking. Okay.
But nowadays they burn it. It's all melted.
The power of the heaven will be shaken, and then they shall see the Son of Man coming with the cloud of witnesses, with power, with great glory. Okay? So what are we supposed to do? This is the verse. When these things begin to come to pass, then we better look up, live up, Your head for your redemption is drawing near. It's nothing to be afraid. It's nothing to be hopeless. Nothing to be avoiding. You should be saying that, hey, it's coming. Correct? Means what? Our redemption, correct? Of this corrupt body, correct? Correct. I would prefer that I'll be with the Lord, correct? Yes. That's what Paul said, correct? Correct. That in this body, but no choice, correct? It's a necessity that I have to continue my move, continue my suffering, correct? Correct. And to the fullness of the suffering of Christ, correct? So people who don't love this world, people who look towards the real thing, correct? The hope of glory, correct? All these things are nothing already, correct? You should say, hey, I wait very long already, very near already. Should be waiting, correct? Should be working very hard, correct? Should be keeping the lamp burning, correct? So where's your heart? Jesus asked you. Where's your heart? Where's your treasure? Correct? So a lot of people are not ready because their treasure is not God, you understand? Neither the calling. Their treasure is in this earth, you understand? And God is telling them, whatever will be shaken will be shaken. Your money, thief will come and rob. Tsunami will rob you. Correct? Correct. If tsunami don't rob you, thief will come if you survive. Thief will come and rob you. Correct? Can you understand?
In fact, everybody so poverty, no money,
and then
no food.
mob will come and rob you, right? Mob is death, you know. So our attitude, our heart condition is we should be rejoicing, not discouraged. You understand? We cannot behave like immature people. Wow, I haven't enjoyed life yet, you know. Come already, I even haven't enjoyed life yet, you know. You understand?
There's nothing to enjoy in this life.
Not for those people, you understand? I haven't seen the world yet, you know. How can God do this to me, you know? You understand? So some of the show, they end up just whatever they can explain, they experience, they will go into loose sex, you know. You understand? Enjoy, and then drink, do whatever they want. After all, no hope, we regret. We cannot live like this. Our hope is our redemption draw near. Okay? So this is what, for the first part, God is telling this exactly the same, right? Exactly the same, So I read again, I heard this 8 things is very crucial for your survival. Why? Because without which you will be drowned by this inflood of tsunamis with coupled with whatever things that can go wrong, will definitely go wrong. So when we say drown, can be physically, but we are talking more like drown, being swallowed up spiritually. Henceforth, you need almost 1,000,000% attention. Pay attention. It's very important. This will change your life, how you see things, you know. Because these are very bad news, you know. Most people will not be able to take it, you understand? After this, there is gloominess, but we shouldn't be gloominess. We should be seeing from God's perspective. You need to tread very cautiously from now onwards. So the first thing, we need to tread cautiously. That's the main thing. We need to tread cautiously. Don't live like nobody business, you know. Like la la land, you know. Why? Because this is because the instantaneous sowing and reaping backlash is so fast, completely uncontrollable at the wing of an eye. So it's going to happen so fast.
Then after that, James' share broke because he slept. Shall I pull one of the leg out? You see, God has been speaking fast, very fast. Many things going speedily. Revelation chapter 1. Correct? Revelation of Jesus Christ, whom God had given him, correct? Yes. Correct? And he showed it to his servants, correct? What is going to happen? Very fast, speedily. The word is shortly. The word shortly, is within a very short time, it's going very fast. Speedily, the word is speedily. Shortly means speedily, So, we are in Revelation, that's why it's going to be very fast, Okay? Our warning is way over already. Why? Because it's our happening time now. Okay? Henceforth, we all need to be 1,000 vigilant from now onwards. Understand? So vigilant, right? Wait, it's happening too fast to warn.
No time to... So back up. You cannot afford to doubt us in Shekinah. Why? It is because if you still dare to doubt death imminence instantaneously. So enough is enough. We say what we mean what we say at all times. Therefore, all must take it to take our words spoken by Shekinah in particular extremely seriously. All understand? What happened if you are not? I heard you will be in for a full of surprise. More than you can handle single-handed. So you really cannot handle. Do you understand? So 5. Whoa, disaster. What disaster? Host is saw tsunamis, earthquake, war. That is exactly. You correct. So the Trinity say all come at the same time. Then James said volcano eruption. Trinity say exactly. Dave saw heard earthquake, tsunamis, flood. Trinity say confirm. Christina saw a scooter boat. Wow. Right through the eyes of the great giant wave. Then spiral down into the water. Right. Trinity said none will survive if they hit bullseye at the tsunamis. Right. I heard if you don't take it, you will be swallowed by it. Right. So this one actually in where? This one actually in Book of Psalms. Psalms 42. Deep calleth unto deep, at the noise of thy water sprout. All the waves and all the billows are gone over me. Okay? So this one, the water sprout actually, see what the water sprout is actually hold on. It's a hollow, meaning to be hollow. Sorry. That means there's a hollow inside. So it's a water hollow inside. This one is actually what? This one is actually a tsunami actually. Or a wave. All the waves are rolling. See? Perplexities of wave. Wave rolling, correct? Okay, let me see.
What verse is it?
All thy wave and all thy billows. See the wave, correct? It's a wave Breaking of the sea is a wave breaker. The wave. And then below is also it's a heap of water heap. Heap something rolling, just like a wave, rolling. Where is it? Actually, the water sprout is actually something like a tornado, hurricane, something like that, but whatever it is. Okay, because tell you, there is a Bible verse. It's called the proud water. Ever heard of proud water? Proud water. Proud. Let me show you. Proud. Okay, Psalm 124. A song of ascents of David. If it had not been the Yahweh which was on our side, now may all spiritual Israel say 144,000. If it had not been the Yahweh, Jesus and Cherubim, who was on our side, when men rose against us. Okay, persecution, tribulation last year. Then they had swallowed up alive. Okay? When their wrath was kindled against us, we will be delivered to the what? Authority, magistrate, right? Some of them, they will kill, some of them put in prison, right? Correct? The serpents, the dragon opened his mouth and water came out from his mouth, right? As a flood to drown the woman and his children, right? Revelation 12, remember? Correct? The serpent opened his mouth, right? Water came out to flood, right? But the land opened it and then swallowed the flood, right? Revelation 12, right? So who is proud water? Then the water would have See? Then they had swallowed us up alive when their wrath was kindled against us. Then the water would have overwhelmed us. Correct? The stream have gone over our soul. Correct?
Who say? Pay
Then
attention. The Bible verse.
the proud
Look
waters
into the TV.
have gone over our soul. So who's this proud? Actually, it's Rahab water. The word proud. Okay, this proud is called seizing. Seizing. Let me show you another proud. Okay, then later on, the proud will show you. Blessed be the Yahweh who have not given us as a prey to the thief. Follow up. Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowler. The snare is broken, we are escaped. Our help is in the name of the Yahweh who make heavens and earth. So our help is in the name. Blessed. The name of the Lord is like an inaccessible tower. The righteous run to it and is delivered. Correct? Correct. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, correct? There's the Bible, correct? So we did teach about that, right? I say that God gave me a dream, gave me a vision, right? Dream, a vision, a night vision. That I was on the top of a tower, and then below are all messy, killing and robbing and looting, and it's lawlessness everywhere, People are running here for their life. People are just lawless. Everywhere is lawless. It's 乱, but I'm on top looking down, inaccessible. On top of a tower. And God said, this is what you are. What is the meaning? The name of the Lord is the righteous. The name of the Lord is like a strong tower. The righteous run to him and be saved. Okay? Our help is in the name of the Yahweh. Can you understand? Yes. Because we are the Ark of the Covenant. We are the Noah Ark. You understand now? So God is trying to say that in the last day, the proud water, the word proud is called Rahab. Let me show you. Which is what? Okay, you can have proud water. You can have proud under Isaiah. Rahab. Rahab. The dragon. So now, awake, put on the strength, O arm of the Lord, awake as in the ancient day, in the generation of old, are thou not it that have cut Rahab and wounded the dragon of the sea? Correct? Correct. Are thou not it which have dried the sea, the water of the great deep, that have made the depth of the sea a way for the ransom to pass through? So actually, Rahab, 7294 is also called proud. Arrogant, sorry, what arrogant? Sorry, what arrogant? It's a sea dragon. Boaster, sorry, what boaster? The same as 7293. Rahab means that is a boaster. 7293 is pride. Sorry.
Arrogant.
Proud. Sorry. So it's exactly what it's all about, Lord. Correct. So the vision is not talking about physically, you are in the you will face the tsunamis and all this. You might have, you might lah, but it's more to being swallowed up by the people that call the water of Rahab called the proud. Understand? That's the interpretation. Understand? According to Revelation, right, he spilled out water, right? And according to Psalm, correct? Correct. The wave, correct? The proud, right? Just now, which Psalm is that we're quoting just now? Psalm something, right? Just now? 124, correct? So it's there, it's all there, correct? 124, correct? Then the proud water have gone over our soul, correct? Swallow us up, correct? Overwhelmed us, correct? The water have overwhelmed us, correct? They would have swallowed us up alive, correct? So, then they would have swallowed us alive when their wrath was kindled against us. Correct? Then the water would have overwhelmed us, correct? And the stream would have gone over our soul, correct? Then the proud waters have gone over our soul, correct? So Rahab water come out. Which is what? Water is what? Nations, tongues. Correct? Races, correct? So we'll be hated by the proud water, with the people of the tribe, or the dragon, the beast with 7 horns, right? Came up from the sea, right? 7 horns, 7, 8, 10 horns, right? Which are the nations, right? So this is the what God is speaking, so that you see more on the spiritual meaning. It's better you're more prepared. Because when you think of these tsunamis coming and you're right in the middle and swallow up, it might not come to your life, but for sure, you'll be meeting the proud water, the nation, the people, right? So better see in this angle, you're more prepared, right? You know, you say, why all these things happen to me, you know? Why the nation are angry with me? Why they hate me so much? I never do anything. It's that you never do anything lah. That's why you're being hated, you understand? You do something like follow them, nothing will happen, right? You never do anything. They don't leave you alone, you understand? They will not leave you alone, one. Because they already make sure that who they targeted, right? That's the AI thing. The AI thing, they already targeted. They differentiate. You belong to which group. We are not fighting against flesh and blood.
Jesus, right one, is in book 3. You
Okay.
can read.
We are not fighting against flesh and blood. Means all this government, all these so-called high authorities, high places people, they are just pawn. They are just puppet. No need to fight them, one. No need to fight them, one. Let God swallow them up. They are like ants, as far as God is concerned, right? Correct? Let God swallow them up, can already. To us, because you send earthquake, boom. You send fire from heaven. Correct? So it's not our concern actually. It's God's timing, yeah. Correct? So our real enemy is what? The lizard. The serpent, you understand? Correct? Lucifer, correct? The dragon of the sea, correct? Correct? That is the real fight. The reptilian, correct? Correct? The real reptilian. So they will make themselves more and more eminent and acceptable. Okay? Then it will become a common thing, you understand? They make themselves common. There's a show called V. It's the woman, the alien came down, the beautiful woman, then they try to make friends with the government, and then they invite them to the ship, excursion and all kind of thing. Then they say, I bring peace, I bring technology. They hear a lot of people, and the reporter was involved, trying to go. It's a good show. Okay, V. I think it's Victory or something. P something. It's about.
I see the word on the TV in disguise.
They pretend that they are good people, yeah. But actually, he's a reptilian.
I heard
Lucifer.
in view to dominate the earth.
The Lucifer, Lucifer himself, so he make love with people, make love, then suddenly become a lizard, The show Then all the young people all become brainwashed, go excursion, just like science center like this. Wow, Marvel and the technology, all these things. Go for 参观. They all become brainwashed,
Hypnotized the moment they enter.
Okay. Then
The thing beam, it restructure, reorganize all their cells, their thinking and everything, mind control.
So this one, I think one
Self-reorganization,
session no
I
more already. I was thinking of what's next. They never show. Get up very long already. Okay. But it's interesting because it shows what is going on. What's going on? By deceit. Really come in by deceit. V.
The
Something
capital E, the capital letter V.
Alien show, Alien movie. V. Something like that lah. V đấy. Okay. Alien implant all this thing. Yeah, when alien come to Earth to ask for help, a few suspicious humans discover they are horrified through intention and prepare to resist them. This show lah. It's a series show lah. Okay. Okay. They came in spaceship. So they beam people to a spaceship and they go visitation and all these things. Okay. Human what? Human mind last stand. So this is a very interesting show, V. Nominated for 2 Prime Emmy. Armageddon of extraterrestrial spaceship hover over it. Okay, they got season 1, season 1 only lah. Season 1 then they stop already. Very interesting show,
Okay, God say shouldn't talk too much about this.
This woman is a Lucifer lah. This one is a Lucifer. Okay, this woman is a Lucifer. Okay. Okay. Now let's continue. At least you know what's happening. Our enemy is what? The reptilian. Correct.
Reptile is snakes, understand? Reptile.
Yeah, I know.
The snake serpent against the woman, right? And the seed.
So,
Genesis.
David Icke, since 1990, 1980 something, he's the one who wrote the first book, right? Called The Biggest Secret. The Biggest Secret. To expose all the reptilian, and he was loved for very long. Now, then, it's a long-term thing, because David Icke is England one.
Also the word written on the TV, spy.
Spy. He's a provocator. Provocator means he will gather all these people who believe in reptilian. So he's very famous now everywhere. But they pretend to ban him from Facebook, ban him from YouTube, ban him from everything. So now he has his own site. You have to subscribe. Every month you must pay maybe about $10, something like that. He will give you all the news. We call alternative news. And he'll call his group of people called whistleblower. Don't know where his information come from. He got a lot of people who always give information to expose. So lately he don't talk about reptilian. Lately he talk more like virus, anthrax, or all kind of conspiracy thing. So this, it's a long-term thing, correct? She's from very young now, very old already. So it's a very long-term thing, You talk about the empire of the city and all these things, So what Antichrist do? In the last day, God already prophesied, many will come in my name, right? So a lot of people, a lot of false Christ, correct? All over the world, there's a lot of Jesus Christ, you understand? And they also say they're incarnation also. So they are making it so messy, Red one come also no use, right? Because they heard before, correct? Resurrection, the dead. A lot of people say they resurrect the dead, right? I'm alive. I've been raised up. All kind of things, false signs and wonders. Can you understand? Also, people they don't believe it already. You understand? There's a confusion. They know what is the human. Human are like this, easy straight to and fro. You understand? By what magic show? Slide your hand, correct? Correct. So,
put the pick.
So, casualty is, this is 5. Thomas saw thunderstorm, dark cloud, huge wave coming inland, tsunamis. Thunderstorm, okay.
Judgment of God.
Judgment of what? Tsunamis, hurricane, hurricane can evoke one, right?
Hurricane the rain in
all the flood
Ian
bring in one,
Florida,
right?
The entire
Cannot stop
Florida
They will go from one place to another one, you know.
The bridge, the
From
road
place to another.
connect to the inland
You know,
also break into
from
three
here,
pieces.
this country, then they will go to another country, go to another country, keep on whacking.
40 billion eh.
So no doubt.
Just 40 billion eh. One hurricane come overnight 40 million eh. Billion eh. Lost eh.
So Jeremiah saw nuclear mushroom. You know, mushroom is like this they bomb it become a mushroom white cloud Then later on it will drain. You know, when it rain all the particles is nuclear particles. This is what they say I lately read a book written by this Japanese guy. He's a scientist who have gone through the real thing of Hiroshima, Nagasaki one. The suffering, the condition, the real thing. No? Okay? And then he wrote a book, He wrote a book. I've forgotten the name of the book already. This was in my, I'll show you. A lot of scientific proof, real one. He said that it's a hoax. Nuclear thing, it's a hoax. This is a scientist. I'll show you. Script, save. Tears from the Lord. Or maybe it's in this. Books. Deaf object. Okay? The title is Deaf Object. Okay? It is a scholastic or what we call real thing They explain how the nuclear works. Okay? They explain what will actually happen, not as what you are being taught Okay, so this is a nuclear scientist. Okay, he wrote this book. He had been through the real thing and seeing the real thing. He show you photographs, show you everything So he is the one that wrote this book. Okay, about deaf object exploding the nuclear weapon hoax. It's a hoax. Okay, Akio Nakatani. Okay, so at first, actually, I never come across this book. At first, God speak to me in a still small voice. It's not going to happen that way. The only ways that going to happen when God said that when the Lord came then the heat, intense heat people will melt, the tongue will melt in their mouth. Then they use this as a nuclear thing Then I show you the tongue will melt in the mouth. God gave me certain bursts Then after this, I go and research and I found it out there. Okay, so just let you know what's happening, so that you can understand, so that you won't be swayed to and fro again and again. Because we have still got a lot of leaven. Leaven is what? We still educated misinformation. You understand? Yeah. So this is the last day when it's called the Armageddon. Behold the day, Zechariah chapter 14. Behold the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all the nation against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the house raven, the children and the woman ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivities, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. So whatever happened in physical Jerusalem will happen in spiritual Jerusalem. Can you understand? It's called the desolation of the temple. Desolation and abomination. Will be desecrated. Okay? The residue of people shall not be cut off from the city. Means that's a remnant. Then the Lord shall go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of the battle. The horses are prepared for the day of the battle, remember? Deliverer is of the Yahweh, remember? Correct? Correct? So this is the last days. It's in our book, correct? All the nations, all from one corner. Some are from aliens from Nazis, right? The Nazis came out, right? And then some are of different instruments, some are different group of people, remember? No? It's in our book actually. Correct? Yeah. Then later, we came, correct? We came down, right? And then all destroyed, right? Do you know that the real nuclear is us? Can you understand? We are the new nuclear. When we are being glorified, we have control over the elements. You understand? We can call fire down. We can call earthquake. We are the real. They're the nucleus. Yeah. And his feet means his foot soldier.
Carry and see this verse.
Okay. Feet means foot soldier. So in the Lord will go for against all these nations. Okay. And they shall, as when he fought in the day of the battle, and his feet means his infantry, will land in Mount, his feet shall stand in the day on Mount of Olive. Mount of Olive is the mountain of oil, holy mountain, which is before Jerusalem on the east, and the Mount of Olive shall cleave into the midst thereof, east, towards the east and towards the west. And there shall be a great valley, and half of the mountain shall be removed towards the north and towards the south. This is a real quick, right?
Look at this verses, very important.
And ye shall flee to the valley of the mountain, for the valley of the mountain shall reach to Azal. Yeah, ye shall flee like as you fled from before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah. Okay, day of Uzziah is Isaiah chapter 6. You got in the day of Uzziah, I, thy Lord, see the Lord, I see the Lord, in the high places, and then seraphims, holy, holy, holy. Remember? Yes. The day of Uzziah. Yes. Say, as in the day of Uzziah, the king of Judah, and the Lord my God shall come with all his saints. Sorry, right? Yes. Correct? That's the day of the Lord. So what will happen? And shall come to pass that the light shall no more, and shall come to pass in that day that the light shall not be clear nor dark. Shall not be clear nor dark, but it shall be one day which shall be known to the Lord, not day nor night, but it shall come to pass that at the evening time it shall be light. Okay, and it shall be in the day that living water shall go out from the Jerusalem, half of them towards the former sea, half towards the hinder sea, in the summer and the winter, and the Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day, okay, there shall be one Yahweh and his name united. One, correct? Because in the last days like this, when God take over all the kingdom, correct? Destroy all his enemy, correct? Yeah. We will rule 1,000 years, correct? Correct? Understand? The kingdom of the world has become the kingdom of the Lord and his Christ, correct? And we will rule the nation, the kingdom, correct? And the Lord shall be king over the earth, through his representative. In that day, the Lord himself will be one with his name. And the land shall be turned as a plain from Geba to Ramoth, south of Jerusalem, and shall be lifted up, inhabited in a place from Benjamin gate unto the place of the first gate, unto the corner gate, and from the tower of the Hananiah unto the king's wine press. Physically plus spiritual, meaning where I don't want to decode. Men shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more man shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more utter destruction. So the earth is still there, right? But Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited. And this shall be the place wherewith the Lord shall smite all the people that have fought against physical Jerusalem plus spiritual Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away, while they stand upon their feet. And this shall be the place wherewith the Lord shall smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away, while they stand upon their feet. And their eyes shall be consumed away in the holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their tongue. That
Pay
is
attention
the
to
nuclear.
this.
That's a nuclear. Correct? But this nuclear is not going to be the nuclear by their nuclear here. I hit you, you hit me. It's by the Lord, glory. It's nuclear. The incredible hug.
It's the gamma ray.
The gamma ray of the incredible hug. Because they can release one. Because they are already no more subject to the element.
I see the word like transfigured.
What is nuclear? Nuclear is made of atoms of neutrons and protons surrounded by electrons. It's the kind of particles that create reaction. They continue to create reaction. It's the same thing, you understand? It's particles, you understand? Vibration. Can you understand? That's why a small bomb like C5 or C4 or something like C3 or whatever, a lot of shows they have, what is this? C4 or C3, you know? Then they put a bit in it, right? Yeah, sounds a bit in it, right? Can you understand? It's a reaction, no? So this guy who wrote this, he explained very clearly what it's all about, you understand? He said it won't happen that way. But a small one will do lah. Small one because so far he has never seen the real one. Then he said, you see what? He said that these people keep on threatening nuclear test. So many tests already. What happened? Nothing happened. All the sea Japan sea who see. If really nuclear explode, can you understand? It really affect the people there, you know. Yeah. Nothing happened, right? Nuclear testing, you know. Can you understand? There's no nuclear. Can you understand? So this guy very good in the technology of nuclear. He said that atomic bomb, God, nuclear don't have. You understand? So it blend with this. I heard God say that nuclear is us. You understand? Then we can understand the day of the Lord cometh. The elements shall melt with intense heat by what? Pum, pum, pum. You understand? The nuclear explosion is maybe God send the asteroid, send the wormwood, all these things, you know. You understand? Then it create a lot of pum, 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 pum. You know? That is the one. The day of the Lord cometh, correct? The elements will be melt with intense heat, correct? Correct? That is the day of the Lord. So, yeah, it's like this, Lord. Because why the reptilian want to destroy the earth? For what? They want the earth, correct? Correct? So all this bullshit here is what? To create fear and terrorize the people all over the world. So everybody is bullshitting each other. But they knew already. They knew. All the country, whether Russia or America or what, everybody have the nuclear, all these things. They knew. Because it's a show. So you know. You understand? They are acting, you understand? The script, you understand? To create terror and fear. Nuclear. You understand? Then give a bit of small bomb. So there are two bombs, you know. One, this Nagasaki and one is called, don't know what, the other one is small boy, you know. The other one is big father, what? Two names for it. One big, one small one. They got a nickname for it. So I start to understand when I read the book. Can you understand? So they explain many things. Many things. So you explain all these things. If you read, you start to understand. Scientifically, this guy is really there. Can you understand? He exposed, just like people expose the hoax of vaccine, the hoax of cholesterol. This Japanese guy, he reviewed, you know, because he had been there. He had been in Nagasaki and then he explained to many of the things. It's not that I believe him, it's because God tells me, then I use all these things. It is there actually. Can you understand? So Terminator 2045, you know, start with 2045. For your information, 2045 is the time they have already planned so nicely. It's always 2045 now. Can you understand?
Today is 2020.
Or 2049, something like that.
So
no?
another 23 years.
Some even push forward 2029. You know? The show is like this. But if you see ghosts in the shell, 2045, where everybody will be what? Transhumanism. Everybody brain.
22 years time.
Neural brain. And everybody is controlled. Can be hacked one. So everybody is controlled. Actually.
It's like computer, you can hang each other computer.
Transhumanism. So they will have gun inside. Gun inside. And computer, everything is computerized. So that's how they control.
Walking robot.
Okay?
Or walking
Very
machine.
interesting. If you see the cartoon, Ghost in the Shell, the first show, that is 1995.
27
This guy,
years ago.
the writer, is ahead of his time. 1995, now it's 2022 something, right? Whatever you see there is what's happening now. It's ahead of its time, you understand? The show itself is a classic. Until now, it's a classic. It's called Ghost in the Shell, 1995. One show only, hour plus only. But whatever you see there, you are seeing now, whatever is there. So they already knew what's happening, you understand? They knew what's happening already. And they put there 2045. Human already taken over by machine or transhumanism, AI. Very easy to hack one another one. The people who hack them very easy one. So they will be doing what they have been controlled to do. Correct? Yeah. So you see the show, Ghost in the Shell cartoon, 1995. Not the human one, Hollywood one. No lah. The 1995 one, animation show. Very good. And then they have a lot series one. So you see the show, you start to see, really? They are ahead of the time, you understand? And what God is putting us through is exactly the same. Interesting, right? Okay, so where are we now? Finishing area. Number what?
Number 6. Dub, go up. 6.
6, Nuclear explosion, Okay, then exactly, Okay. So mushroom, plus all these things, If really mushroom nuclear bomb in Malaysia,
Which country is it,
it must be a very small one, correct? Only pipe only, right?
Which country is it?
It is spiritual thing lah, God is saying Okay, casualty inevitable. Okay, why? This is because two legs create loophole for accident to happen continuously till you realize and take action to close the hole in this area. Plus more, all understood? I understand. So must buy insurance. Why? Due to casualty inevitable, medical insurance is compulsory.
So far, nobody have any medical insurance.
Okay, number 8. But not the least. 100% allegiance is only survival too. Apart from this, there's no way out. Because
No way escape.
The last day is like this. Okay, you understand? Okay, anyway. So number 8 is 100% allegiance. It's true. Our only survival is we stick close to the oil. Correct. Stick close to the ark. Stick close to the name of the Yahweh. Inaccessible tower, right? The righteous run to it and it's safe, right? Correct.
Yahweh of the Trinity in Shekinah.
Correct. So it's come on to square one. Right? The ark, the tower, the name of the Lord is the same, right? Correct. That's what God is saying. 100% allegiance. Correct. 1000%. Now it's 1000%. 1000%. Allegiance, 100%. Then why is 1000? 1000 is what? Diligent or
Vigilant.
Okay, whatever it is. No doubt about that. So what is our heart attitude? We should be rejoicing. Waited so long, right? Correct. And then we should be what? Pulling up our socks to polishing our socks. On the fight,
Polish your sword.
Samurai, Samurai want to sharpen the sword and polish, correct?
Dust off all
on the fight,
that.
Correct. That's what God said, correct? Don't be slacky. Correct.
Don't be
Must
slack.
prepare yourself already, right?
Prepare yourself for spiritual war.
Ready. Correct. That's why you have to gird up everything already. Gird up, the armor of God already. Correct? Okay? Amen.
Okay.
Blow you the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, that have